Vaibhav. As the North American trading session has got underway, we are seeing renewed vigor in many of the financial instruments. And for us, the instrument of interest for today's market movers is gold, in which we are seeing fresh buying after consolidation. You can say even prolonged consolidation just above the US dollar 1820 per ounce levels. And now it looks like that we are going to witness the fresh breakout, and the key levels are what we are going to talk about in today's session. So we will see how the things are likely to play out if we get the fresh breakout on the higher side in gold in today's session. So let's get started for the today's session. If we look at the data docket earlier in the day, we got economic sentiment index data for the euro area, and as expected, there is some moderation, not much in magnitude, but still the economic sentiment index has gone down to stand at 91.5% for the month of January. And this is, as I said, pretty much expected, as we are seeing the euro area suffering from the second wave of the COVID pandemic, and that is going to have an impact. And even for next couple of months, I think the situation is not likely to improve dramatically. So we will have to brace for this kind of readings for at least the next couple of months. Moving on to the US, we got GDP numbers for the fourth quarter, that is the quarter ended December 2020. And here also there is a moderation in the GDP growth, and for the US also this was pretty much expected, though the moderation, the magnitude is a lot higher for the third quarter. The numbers were quite astounding, even that was the record level of growth seen in the first quarter, but that was coming on the back of equally record setting decline. So that was not an, you can say, aberration. And now that we are seeing fresh moderation in the GDP growth, policymakers will have to step up and see how to steer the US economy in the direction in which the growth will return and it will be sustained also. We also got the weekly jobless claims, initial jobless claims, and these are the numbers which stand at 847,000, and these are lower than the last couple of weeks of reading, where the initial jobless claims were hovering above 900,000. So there is at least some improvement, but still the figures are a lot higher compared to the pre-pandemic days. Now let's move on to the technical front, where we will cover the gold first, and then we will see what's happening in the Euro USD as well. So let's start with the gold's technical outlook. This is the daily time frame chart, and here the gold has spent almost 2 weeks hovering and maintaining the price level just above these US dollar 1820 mark. And if it is able to sustain the momentum it has found in today's session, I think moving forward we can expect the break above this immediate swing high, and then that will open up the possibility for the gold to move further higher. But first we will need the breakout to be sustained above this level. For today's session, from the intraday perspective, there we do have the breakout, and if we see some moderation even in today's session, we can do look for fresh buying opportunities. And for that, the price level of around US dollar 1850 is going to be crucial. So we will need to watch out for the price action closer to that level. We have this central pivot point coming into play around US dollar 1860, and as of now the gold hasn't really been able to cross and sustain above it, but it looks like, given the magnitude of the buying momentum which we saw in the initial hours of US session, we are expecting the gold to cross and hold above this central pivot point area. And if that does happen, then that will be a big development from the swing traders perspective, as we will have the higher probability of the sustenance of this rally. And in next couple of days, just 2 to 3 trading sessions left, and we will have the new month from 1st February. So we will have the new pivot point series also. But still, for this week, mainly tomorrow's session along with the today's session, we will have to use this central pivot point area, and if the gold does sustains above it, then I think the momentum for the remaining part of this week is likely to be bullish. Even in today's session, I would prefer to look for buying opportunities only, and not to go for shorting. And here, if we look at the regression curve, it has flattened to great extent as the price action has gone sideways, and on the lower side, it has respected this first support of this one's pivot point series. And on the higher side, it hasn't really gone up much. It has been capped around this central pivot point, and it will be interesting to see how things unfold this time around. Now, for today's session, I think, as I said, the price zone of around US dollar 1,850 is crucial. We also have the 200 SMA and 100 SMA confluence zone around the same level, and on the lower side, we have this 50 SMA, which can be utilized as a near-term stop loss. So, if we do get the opportunity to go for any buying trade, buy trade, anywhere above these 200 SMA zone, we should go for it while keeping the stop loss just below these 50 SMA. And I think that should be good enough for a risk of around a half a percentage point to around 75 percentage, sorry, 0.75 percentage point. We can do look for some gains on the higher side. And as I said, the gold, if it is able to sustain above US dollar 1860, it is likely to rally past the immediate swing high. So we can expect in due course of time even the price zones closer to US dollar 1900 per ounce. So that will give us the risk reward ratio of better than 1 is to 2. So for a risk of around US dollar 15 per ounce, we can expect to make more than US dollar 30 per ounce in the gold. Now let's see what's happening in the currency space, where we will see the technical outlook for Euro USD. This is the daily time frame chart, and the Euro USD has also spent most of the week in consolidation phase, where it has been sustaining the momentum just above the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. So for last couple of sessions, we saw whenever it approached 1.206 level, there was a fresh buying on those levels, and eventually it came back. Even in today's session, we saw on the lower side it did found some buying, and now it has climbed to the levels close to 1.214. So that's an interesting story here, and it tells one thing that on the low side, the market participants are willing to take the long trade in the Euro USD, and I think that is remarkable given the fact that Euro USD has already rallied quite you can say quite high, and now even on these levels, if the market participants are more keen to go for long trades than short, then that shows that in the near term it will be better for us, for retail traders also, to keep on the same side and use this trend which is underlyingly bullish in the Euro USD. So if we are to look for fresh buying opportunities in today's session, I think the price zone of around 1.210 on the lower side should be key. As long as the price momentum is above it, we can look for buying opportunities in today's session. The price band of anywhere close to 1.211 to 1.212 should be good enough purely from the intraday perspective I'm talking about. And then on the higher side, we can expect the price to get closer to 1.215, which is the central pivot point zone. So at the moment, we can't really be sure if the Euro USD is going to cross and sustain above it or not, but still the momentum after the start of US session has been bullish, and we can ride the momentum and see if it sustains well and good. If it doesn't and it looks like that the reversal is coming after getting close to the resistance zone, then that would be the fair warning, and we will be in good position to get out of any trade. So from intraday perspective, for purely for the US trading session, the situation looks more conducive to buying trade. And if we are to target the confluence zone of 50, 100, and 200 SMA, then if we do get the break above these 100 SMA, which is there around 1.214, then that would be a critical development from swing trading also. And if we see that the Euro USD is able to sustain itself above this confluence zone of three key SMAs, then that will open up the possibilities in the Euro USD to climb even past these recent swing highs, and then in due course of time, in next couple of sessions, we can even expect the Euro USD to climb towards 1.22 levels. So in today's session, see how the price action unfolds, and as long as it is holding well above this price zone of 1.210, I think we should keep looking for buying opportunities. And then on the higher side, the price level to watch out for is going to be this 100 SMA zone. If it breaks past this price zone, the resistance, near-term resistance, then that will be an opportunity for us maybe in tomorrow's session to look for buying opportunity above the resistance zone. So and expect the Euro USD to move towards newer highs. So that's it from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in the feedback, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument, and one should be careful while using the information provided. Have a fabulous day ahead. Do subscribe to the Ducoscopy webinar channel to stay updated on the market developments. Goodbye.